All these Dragon Ball transformations are getting repetitive. Seems like every arc there's a brand new one. They don't just grab one and just let it sit. There's a defense mode, switch, and attack mode. And remember when Super Saiyan was a big deal? I remember when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, like the Ocean dub version before it became the Funimation dub version. And like in the beginning of the Rock the Dragon intro, Goku turned Super Saiyan. So this was way in the beginning of, like, if you started watching the Ocean dub Dragon Ball Z from the Raditz, the Raditz Insane era, you already saw the Super Saiyan thing. So you thought, oh snap, and then you heard rumors about it. Oh, it's Super Saiyan, his hair turns blonde, and I think the games already had him as Super Saiyan because the Japanese, of course, the Japanese dub was way ahead of the English dub, and it took all the way to the Frieza saga towards the end to finally get that freaking transformation. And this is pre-Super when they came up with the dumb freaking you just concentrate your energy on your back of your spine and then let the energy drive up to your back of your head and bam, you become Super Saiyan. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, seriously? Like, how the hell do you backpedal what you saw, how someone became Super Saiyan when it used to be such a big deal? Make an excuse that fucking stupid. It used to be an emotional thing. Like, there was something that emotional that freaking drove you over the edge, that made you go past your limit. That's basically what Super Saiyan is, right? That's what it was. You go past your limit. And what helps you go past your limit? Well, something, emotionally that freaking just drives you and sends you over the edge. And like, of course, with Goku, it was Krillin. Krillin getting killed. He already died once before. At least he thought, I can never bring him back with the Dragon Balls again. So if he dies again, he's dead for good. And Frieza just straight up killed him right in front of him. And, the thought of, Krillin dying and not being able to bring him back, he died once before, freaking drove him over the edge, pissed him off, and he went past his limit. And that was the emotional break that he needed to freaking pass him that limit. The same thing would go on turn Super Saiyan 2. I know he turned Super Saiyan 1 in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. I had to say that slowly because I was going to butcher the word. But, killing Android 16. Right in front of him, right? Android 16 was going to sacrifice himself to kill Cell. And of course, he found out, that they took off the bomb out of him. And then from Cell just ended up just straight up killing him right in front of him. And stomped him and pretty much just like enjoyed doing it. Freaking went over the edge. Gohan lost it and turned Super Saiyan 2. With Vegeta. Vegeta wanted so badly, like he never wanted anything else in his freaking life. So badly that he wanted to become a Super Saiyan like Goku. The fact that Goku, was able to turn Super Saiyan and him the Prince of all Saiyans, and that couldn't do it, that Goku was ahead of him, that's freaking Vegeta's life story there. The guy that's behind Goku that wants to be every bit as good and wants to be better than him. And the fact that Goku turned Super Saiyan and he couldn't, and he was able to defeat Frieza and Frieza whooped his ass, he drove him over the edge. It wasn't the same thing of, someone he cared about had to die for him to go over the edge. But with Vegeta, he wanted it so badly, like he never wanted anything before. He was training in the freaking the gravity time chamber thing or whatever. He was training in there. He went to a whole bunch of, I think he went to a different planet, and he put himself in a planet that was like pretty much gonna get destroyed. It was blowing up, and he was trying to survive in that environment. And then he got to the point where he got so, he was in such a bad situation that he didn't even care about becoming Super Saiyan no more. Like, he damn near gave up. He was like close to death in that planet there. And and he was barely surviving, and then finally all that emotion and wanting drove him over the edge to become Super Saiyan, for the first time. Now obviously Goku and Vegeta turned Super Saiyan 2, they kind of just threw that out there, the Buu saga. And then Super Saiyan 3 didn't really have an emotional anything. It was just, hey, I was training and look, I became Super Saiyan 3. But still, at least, if it's not something emotional like it was with Vegeta, Gohan, and Goku for Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 for Gohan, at the very least, there was something like, like, hey, they were training, like, bringing it out as a surprise pretty much, like when Goku turned Super Saiyan 3, it's pretty much a surprise. We didn't really know about it. So that's cool too. But you never heard Goku say, how do you turn Super Saiyan 3? Well, I was concentrating the energy into my back, and then I put all the energy in my hair, and then bam! It's stupid. Now, how the hell do you demean Super Saiyan? I know Super Saiyan is all the way below in the low totem pole now because we're so far past Super Saiyan now. We're not even calling it Super Saiyan no more. Now they're calling it Ultra Instinct for Goku's latest form. But it's just so stupid. That means it's disrespectful to the ones like us who grew up on Dragon Ball Z and Super Saiyan when it used to mean something. And even Kaioken is underrated because the whole like burst of energy, like real fast, strong burst of energy for a second and goes away thing was one of the coolest things about the Goku Vegeta fight. Man, it's the most memorable thing about the whole Goku and Vegeta fight. The original one when there was Nappa and everything in the Saiyan saga, before the Frieza saga, was the whole Kaioken thing. It was a cool gimmick, you know, like he could only use a certain amount. He had to go past the limit and destroying his body and all this stuff. And then the Super Saiyan thing with the Frieza saga. But then once you got the Super Saiyan 2, it was like, okay, just more Super Saiyan. I can never tell Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2. What they did with Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2, I'll make his hair spikier. Well, you know, Super Saiyan 1 is spiky hair and, you know, glowing aura around him, a glowing goldish yellowish aura around him. Super Saiyan 2, well, let's put more spiky hair on his head and make electricity go around the aura. Why is electricity there? I don't know. Because I guess, you know, you have a lot of energy bursting out. I guess electricity comes, I don't fucking know. And if you ever, I passed the Cell saga, when we went to the Buu saga, I can never tell when anyone was Super Saiyan 2. It was like, you have to look closely. Is there electricity around him? Is electricity? Oh, I think it's Super Saiyan 2. Is his hair spikier than is that Super Saiyan 1 or 2? His hair seems spiky. Is it really spiky? It sucked. Super Saiyan 3 was cool, but only Goku could do it, and Super Saiyan 3 immediately didn't matter because Goku couldn't even like defeat freaking Buu at his fattest. He couldn't even beat Buu when that was the weakest Buu. The skinny one was the second strongest, and Kid Buu was the strongest. He couldn't even defeat Buu at his freaking when he was at his weakest, pretty much. And he freaking had. And even when Super Saiyan 3 couldn't even do shit to him. So basically, what the hell was the point of Super Saiyan 3? Ended up not even mattering. So they really screwed the pooch on that too. And Super Saiyan 3 actually looks cool. It was like my favorite transformation because it actually does something different. You know, took away his eyebrows, made his hair longer like Raditz. Pretty cool. But, you know, he was the only one that could turn into it. And then that was basically the end of the saga. Then we got to the whole Beerus thing. The first Dragon Ball Super movie with Beerus. And he had this vision of fighting someone who could actually match his strength, Super Saiyan God. And Goku was able to turn Super Saiyan God like his dreams, and he didn't do it. Just like with Super Saiyan 3, he couldn't do shit to him. He got his ass whipped. He's like, oh, I guess you're not as strong as, the Super Saiyan God thing I dreamed about. I guess you're not that strong, but maybe one day you could get stronger and I could train you. And then immediately when the start of the Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, the start of the Dragon Ball Super series, we freaking got Super Saiyan Blue. So like, okay, so why was the first one called Super Saiyan God for? Because it really just looked like Kaioken, except his hair turns a little bit red. And it didn't even turn fully red. It just turned like kind of like darkish red. Like they just smidged a little bit of red onto his hair. That's what Super Saiyan freaking God looked like. And then once you're able to tame the energy, it comes, calms down or whatever, turns into blue. So you're Super Saiyan Blue. So we're not calling it Super Saiyan God no more. We're just calling it blue. Okay. And then, of course, Super Saiyan Blue didn't really mean anything to begin with either. We got into the freaking Goku Black arc, which is my favorite arc in the Super series because the whole tournament thing was kind of meh. I know they tried using all the characters in the tournament or whatever, but like the other characters are still pretty much weak compared to Goku and all that stuff. Piccolo and all that stuff. And we got Frieza turning freaking gold, which is ridiculous. Oh, I never trained a day in my life, so I actually trained for a few months. Bam, I'm Frieza gold, and now in the manga, he's freaking Frieza black. So we're just picking every color in the rainbow. I guess we're just looking at colors. Okay, which color should he be next? Okay, sure. His next strongest form is gonna be black. We already did we did Goku black, let's Frieza black. We did gold already, so we can't do that anymore. Let's make him black. Why couldn't Frieza change like Cooler did? Remember Cooler, like when he transformed, he got like more armor and stuff like that. Wouldn't that make sense? I know Cooler isn't canon, but wouldn't it make sense for Frieza to just change, like his other form? Like, it makes no sense. Frieza used to transform into forms. That was his transformation. It wasn't turning colors. The original Frieza was like in his little freaking ball, that little freaking chair thing that floated, like he's Dr. Eggman for Sonic the Hedgehog. And he transformed. That's how he transformed. So wouldn't it make sense for if he to get a stronger version to get another transformation? No, let's just change his color. Gold now. That's all Super is doing now. They're just changing everybody's fucking colors. It's cool when you did that with the Saiyans and their hair changing colors because That makes sense with the whole Super Saiyan, you know, thing or whatever. The whole Super Saiyan Blue thing is kind of whack. Like, okay, I guess they got sick of the like they couldn't come up with a creative version of, you know, turning his hair gold no more. We made his hair long. Let's just change the color now. And that's what we're gonna pretty much keep doing. Ultra Instinct, you know, first was pre-Ultra Instinct where it just like his hair remained black and he was just like super, you know, had like those weird white dots around him. Now with full Ultra Instinct, is his hair turning pretty much white grayish. So we're just changing colors now. We're just gonna keep changing colors until we hit every color in the rainbow, apparently. And even with Piccolo, like, I'm glad Piccolo finally got a transformation, but like, what's his transformation? Change his fucking color. Again with the color shit. They're obsessed with changing color. That's all these transformations are. Change the colors to them. Like, you think, you know, him changing, you know, like him transformation be kind of like there's some kind of turn into some kind of the making like creature where like it's, I don't know, like I'm thinking like something to do with like Namekian like growing like a little bit bigger, not just becoming buffer and changing colors, but actually, you know, doing something creative, you know, like that's the best they could come up with. They can't come up with anything more creative than that. Make him buffer, change his color to green, to orange. All right, let's go home. Like, anybody could think of that. A kid could think about that. These are supposed to be creative people that come up with these things. You couldn't have him draw like a different version of Piccolo that looks more badass, that has like a different look. Like, anything, those we're gonna do, we're just gonna change everyone's colors now. Frieza used to transform into a completely different creature. Now he's just changing colors every fucking second. Oh, this time I trained 3 months last time. I trained for a year. Now I turned black. Why? Because the writers are the people drawing are unskilled pieces of shit. He literally just barely looks the same except change the color. Change the color again. That's all we're doing. Just changing the fucking colors. From in the manga, Vegeta turned into Super Ego, and his hair I think his hair turns pink, and then he loses his eyebrows like Goku did with Super Saiyan 3. So this is where we're at. Just changing colors, change a little bit of the facial features, and like something with the eyebrows, make like his chin more thicker, like with Piccolo, and then change the fucking color until we hit every color in the rainbow. Like, well, where's the end game? Or how long until we start doing the thing where the hair their hair has like multiple colors? The hair is gonna be red and blue. It's gonna be gold and freaking, you know, black or something. It's gonna be something stupid like that. You know they're eventually gonna do it. They're gonna have dual colors in the hair at some point when they run out of colors in the rainbow to keep picking. I like it that the transformation, that everyone has a unique transformation now. Like Goku has the Ultra Instinct. I think Gohan has it too now because of the movie. Freaking, I'm trying to think. Like Vegeta has a Super Ego now, so everyone's having their own colors and their own transformation. That's cool. But Super Saiyan 4 is still the best Saiyan transformation that ever happened, and they refuse to make it canon. Just bring that back and make that the new strong transformation, and then leave it at that. Or freaking just go away from Goku Vegeta already and go to the next generation. Make Goten and freaking Trunks be the new freaking superheroes, the new freaking, you know, Saiyans defending the Earth, and let Gohan be like the elder statesman. That's like the new Goku that you know that's the strongest or whatever, and Goten and Trunks have more of a role. And then like slowly make them turn Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 and all that stuff and start over, because this whole Goku Vegeta thing and then transformations and all the stuff is getting freaking whack. The transformations are getting like, it's just what's gonna be the next transformation? What hair color they're gonna do now? At least with the original Super Saiyan with 2 to 3, at least they made his hair go long. With Super Saiyan 4, you know, the whole golden monkey, then he turns, you know, normal. His hair is long, but it's black, but then he has the red hair on his body. Like, at least be somewhat creative. This is Attack Monsters Back to the Fence on my mouthpiece.